Good evening, everybody. My name is Jeremy, and welcome back to my channel. Now, for those of you who grew up on the Cape Flats, you remember when the family got together, there was always one of the aunties, like an Auntie Lovey or an Auntie Baby, who always made Hong Kong chicken. And Auntie Lovey or Auntie Baby was the only auntie who ever knew how to make Hong Kong chicken, and she would not, for the life of her, share that recipe. Well, tonight I'm going to give you Auntie Lovey's secret. So tonight I'm going to teach you how to make Hong Kong chicken. Okay, so what I have here is I have a whole chicken, and I'm going to start by cutting it into little pieces. So I've cut the chicken into 8 pieces, but with Hong Kong chicken they need to be cut into smaller pieces. So I'm going to show you how I do that. So this is a thigh, so I'm going to make it, sort of break it so the bones come apart, and then I cut it in between the 2 bones so that the thigh is 2 pieces. Then with a wing, I'm going to cut off that piece and I'm going to discard it, and then I'm going to cut the wing in half. With the leg, I'm just going to cut it in half right to the bone. This is quite sharp scissors. And then with the breast, I'm going to cut it into 3 pieces. So I'm going to cut it like that, so that the pointy part comes off, and I'm going to cut it like that. The chicken has been cut up into smaller pieces. This piece of the chicken, that part, the back part, that is a nice part to keep because the Hong Kong chicken, all the flavor gets between all these bones. So don't throw that away, keep that part there. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to chop up 5 cloves of garlic. So I'm going to just slice the garlic like this. Okay, so I've chopped up all the garlic and I'm going to marinate the chicken. So 5 cloves of garlic into there, and we only marinate it with garlic and with soya sauce. Now I'm using Kikkoman soya sauce, but you can use any kind. I just like the soya sauce. You can use thick or thin soya sauce. If you use a thick soya sauce, you're going to have a nice thick sticky sauce. But if you use a thin soya sauce like this or any other thin soya sauce, it has a better flavor, but the texture is not as nice. So I don't know how much soya sauce I've used before, so I'm going to measure. Let's start with half a cup and see. Once the soya sauce and the garlic are in the bowl, you want to seal it very well. So it needs to marinate at least overnight, but I'm going to leave mine for 24 hours because I'm going to have this for supper tomorrow night. But you need to close it very well, or your entire fridge will stink of garlic for days after you've made this. So the chicken is marinated for 24 hours and now we're going to cook it. So we're going to start by putting oil into the pan. 4 tablespoons of oil. And then to the oil we're going to add golden syrup. Now, as usual, I don't know how much golden syrup I use, so I'm going to measure it this evening. So let's begin with 1/4 cup and see what we have. Okay, and into that we're going to drop the marinated chicken. And we'll leave it to simmer covered for about 15 minutes, and then we'll have a look. It's been 15 minutes, let's see what we have. So this chicken is probably cooked already, but I'm going to open it up now. I'm going to turn it so that you'll see the parts at the bottom are browner. I'm going to turn it so that the lighter parts are at the bottom, so that everything can get beautifully brown. And then I'm going to turn up the heat slightly, and I'm going to leave it to cook uncovered so that the sauce can thicken. So as you can see, it is thickened nicely. And because the chicken is cut into such small portions, that is cooked. Hong Kong chicken. So next I will plate it. So this evening we're going to have Hong Kong chicken with roast potatoes, pumpkin that was roasted in the oven, and savoury rice. So there's your Hong Kong chicken recipe. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you'll enjoy cooking Hong Kong chicken. And I'll see you next week again. Have a good weekend.